Dozens of potential Trump jurors excused after saying they couldn't be impartial. More than half of the first group of prospective jurors for former President Trump's criminal trial said Monday that they could not hear the case fairly and were immediately dismissed, according to a pool report. Why it matters. The rapid disqualification of at least 50 possible jurors underscores the difficult reality of finding a dozen New Yorkers to form the jury in one of the most high-profile cases in U.S. history. Driving the news. At least 9 additional jurors were excused after saying they could not serve for any other reason, leaving about 34 of the 96 potential jurors remaining from the first pool, for reporters inside the courtroom. "I just couldn't do it," one prospective juror said in the hallway outside of the courtroom, per the pool. Of the jurors who said they couldn't be fair or impartial in the case, over 24 were white women, 1 Hispanic woman, and 4 women of Asian descent. 14 were white men and 1 man of Asian descent. 6 other jurors were unknown. State of play. The remaining prospective jurors from the first panel will fill out a questionnaire asking about their media consumption habits, where they live, whether they are a relative or close friend has ever volunteered for the Trump campaign, and other questions. Lawyers from both sides will then scrutinize the remaining candidates, including going through their social media and asking more personal questions to glean any biases. The big picture. Hundreds of New Yorkers were called to the Manhattan courthouse on Monday for jury selection in Trump's criminal trial, a process that many legal experts warned would be difficult. You really don't want jurors who bring something to the table, other than the fact that they have a general understanding Trump was the president, Joshua Naftalis, a former federal prosecutor in New York and now a partner at Palace, previously told Axios. While it may sound like an impossible feat to select a fair jury for the first ever criminal trial of a former U.S. president, past high-profile trials provide clues on how it could eventually get done. Why it matters. Lawyers from both sides of former President Trump's hush money trial face a daunting task beginning this week to find 12 jurors and 6 alternates with few preconceived notions about their city's infamous business mogul. The first ever criminal trial of a former U.S. president, who happens to be a presumptive nominee, will put the long-expected collision between Trump's legal jeopardy and his presidential ambitions into sharp, stunning focus. Trump is not only the first former president of the U.S. to ever stand criminal trial but does so as he appears all but set to be the Republican Party's 2024 presidential nominee. Trump's historic hush money trial gets underway. First day ends without any jurors being picked. New York AP. The historic hush money trial of Donald Trump got underway Monday with the arduous process of selecting a jury to hear the case charging the former president with falsifying business records in order to stifle stories about his sex life. The day ended without any jurors being chosen. The selection process was scheduled to resume Tuesday. Trump will be first ex-president on criminal trial. Here's what to know about the hush money case. A jury of his peers. A look at how jury selection will work in Donald Trump's first criminal trial. Donald Trump is facing 4 criminal indictments and a civil lawsuit. The first criminal trial of any former U.S. president began as Trump vies to reclaim the White House, creating a remarkable split-screen spectacle of the presumptive Republican nominee spending his days as a criminal defendant while simultaneously campaigning for office. He's blended those roles over the last year by presenting himself to supporters, on the campaign trail and on social media, as a target of politically motivated prosecutions designed to derail his candidacy. It's a scam. It's a political witch hunt. It continues, and it continues forever, Trump said after exiting the courtroom, where he sat at the defense table with his lawyers. After a norm-shattering presidency shadowed by years of investigations, the trial amounts to a reckoning for Trump, who faces 4 indictments charging him with crimes ranging from hoarding classified documents to plotting to overturn an election. Yet the political stakes are less clear because a conviction would not preclude him from becoming president and because the allegations in this case date back years and are seen as less grievous than the conduct behind the 3 other indictments. The day began with pre-trial arguments, including over a potential fine for Trump, before moving in the afternoon into jury selection, where the parties will decide who might be picked to determine the legal fate of the former, and potentially future, American president. After the first members of the jury pool, 96 in all, were summoned into the courtroom, Trump craned his neck to look back at them, whispering to his lawyer as they entered the jury box. "You are about to participate in a trial by jury. The system of trial by jury is one of the cornerstones of our judicial system," Judge Juan Merchan told the jurors. The name of this case is the people of the state of New York versus Donald Trump. Trump's notoriety would make the process of picking 12 jurors and 6 alternates a near Herculean task in any year, but it's likely to be especially challenging now, unfolding in a closely contested presidential election in the heavily Democratic city where Trump grew up, became a celebrity decades before winning the White House.
As you leave the page, kindly hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you for watching.